By refusing to hear what was awful about them, Ferrari created their own worst nightmare. They gave the opportunity to innovate to someone else. Hearing what's wrong with us and what's wrong with our business is pure gold if you are looking to innovate. Now there's a trick to this one as well, because you can't think about this one like a business owner. So let me run you through how this works. Tonight, imagine that you are the head of a high-end chain of hotels. So just for this evening, bear with me, you're Donald Trump. Now, to find out what's wrong with your room, if you're thinking like a business owner, here's what you're likely to do. You'll walk into your room and you'll have your little board in front of you with all the little tick boxes. And you'll look at your clipboard and you'll compare it to the room around you, and you'll see that the curtains are beautifully drawn, so that gets a little tick on your board. And you see that the TV's on standby the way that it's supposed to be, so that gets a little tick in a box as well. The bed is made, the carpets have been beautifully vacuumed, the television is on standby, and the hairdryer is in the little cupboard exactly where it's supposed to be. Tick, 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 everything's perfect, and you walk out having learned nothing about your room. Now, if you're looking for what's wrong with your room and ways to innovate, you're going to do this slightly differently. You have to live through the experience like one of your customers, and that's a whole different ballgame. So you walk into the room and you're about to spend the night. You close the curtains, you get into bed, and that's when you realize that the curtains don't quite meet in the middle. There's a little 1-inch gap and it lets in the city light. So there's a highly scientific solution to this one. What you do is you take a chair and you pull one curtain over the other and you prop it shut with the chair. Have you ever done this? Yeah? You get back into bed and you close your eyes. Now you're going to rest your weary head, and the television is off, but that's when you realize that there's a little blinking red standby light. And even with your eyes closed, it looks like the Rio Carnival going by on the far side of your eyelids. There's a very clever scientific way to solve this one. You take one of your discarded socks and you stand up on the bed and you get the sock over the little standby light. Problem solved. But now, of course, you're all riled up and you can't get to sleep. So as you get back into bed, you check on social media, you send a good night message to your wife, your girlfriend, don't get those two mixed up. And you're about to plug your phone in, but that's when you realize that there is no convenient power outlet next to your bed. You've got to plug it in on the far side of the room. And that means that when your alarm goes off in the morning, you're going to have to do a dramatic dash across the room to switch it off. And if you're a very fancy high-end hotel manager, you might be wearing silk pajamas when you do that. If you're me, you're going to be in your underwear. And you'll be hoping that the curtains haven't opened in the middle of the night, revealing your dramatic flight to the city outside. But we're not done, because even though the hairdryer is exactly where it should be, it's tethered to the wall, and there is no convenient mirror next to it. To use the hairdryer, you've got to do an awkward dance and try and see yourself in the mirror on the far side of the room. Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
Yes. So, by living through the experience of the thing, you start to see what's awful about the room. And here's what that all boils down to. You're doing something very different to other businesses. You are asking a different question. Because if you ask a different question, you're going to get a different answer. And folks, tonight I'll share with you a number of ways to break rules and innovate. But I'll tell you right up front, that's the master key to it all. Innovation really boils down to this one thing, and this is your cheat sheet. Ask a different question, and you will get a different answer. So tonight I'll share with you some clever strategic questions to ask in order to break the rules and innovate within your own business.